and we're smooth 98.1 FM. I've been joined at this moment. Well, they never travel alone. I don't know if he's a Liverpool fan, but for the great part of things I've ever known these guys, they've always traveled in pair. But good morning, James Silas. Explain this.
Yeah. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, and I mean, it's pretty much saying that Boris will not be here with me today. He's on special duty. I sent him to go and do something for me.
Where to
So
make tea or take children to school. Let's know what the special duties can be anything. Like don't be, you know how these things
no,
are
no, no,
now.
no. I sent him to go and wash my car.
Reason we hear this. All right, so let's get into the stories this morning quickly, but then be sure to let know what your thoughts are on the stories we shall be treating inside the grapevine this morning on 0809 4440981. Make your choice 0809 4440981. WhatsApp messages only. James Silas, let's
Mm.
get in. That year was kind of low for those who know the energy you bring in. Is it you're missing Oris already? Just
No, 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 no.
James Silas.
I thought I was, I thought I was heavy enough.
It wasn't.
Yeah. Good morning, Lagos. If you didn't hear me before, now I hope you heard me now. I mean, I'm here live. Yes.
Okay, so
Without always.
let's dig this one in quickly. Genevieve Nagy is having the time of her life in Italy with her friends. That's according to the story. And she's been spotted having fun international with an international Nigerian model Oluchi Oweba Olandi posting pictures. That's why I see it's good to have friends who are vacationing in better places and drag you along.
I mean, it's even in addition to that, beyond just going on vacation and stuff. The last one of the few or past stories we heard about Genevieve was about her, having like a, should I say, emotional or mental breakdown. Like it seemed like she went into isolation, to take care of her mental health or take care of herself, and then not much had been heard until, one other time and there was news that she was going to be on a new project. I don't know if it's a Netflix project, but I mean, we were just worried. A lot of fans were just worried because she was just out of circulation. She wasn't in the country and still probably not in the country. And then the next time we now saw was this Oluchi, her hanging out with Oluchi, and it seemed like a very happy situation. I mean, that was like a lot of fans really liked that. I mean, a lot we just needed updates. Like, is she okay? Is she doing well? And this is actually proof.
It seems like there's this withdrawal syndrome she's having right now. The only thing will be even before these pictures of this that looks happy, because most times someone may look appear happy but may not be happy
Yeah.
because of the history of some of the stories we've seen before now. But the thing is, now she posts pictures and just leave cryptic messages and all of those. So are we sure we can take this to the bank and say, truly, our Genevieve Nnaji is coming out to the sun and ready to play once again?
I mean, not everybody really wants to put their business out on social media like that, and she doesn't really owe us much in terms of giving us updates on how she's doing and stuff. But we, at least, people knew that she even put it out there that she was going to take care of herself, But like I said, sometimes you want to show yourself a lot more to your real friends than social media and stuff. But I feel like I believe that she's doing well. She's fine.
Because I could add one and two together. The last time I heard of Genevieve was from the interview granted by Yule's dad,
Yeah, Peter
Peter
Dechi.
Toche, where in passing he mentioned they was talking about some of these Nollywood actresses who have come to pass as daughters to him, and he said Genevieve is one of them, but she seemed like she has not been communicating with him
That's what I'm
well.
saying.
So that's what I could get for someone of his status to
Yeah.
mention that. I took that Sarah and he said, okay, I just hope she's well.
hmm That's what I'm saying. You see that she went into isolation. She went in to take care of herself at the time, and which I feel like is actually necessary. Sometimes the ovation can be too loud that it gets deafening, So you just want to take a break off that spotlight. So, but I think she's. I mean, I feel like I believe that we're going to see more of her in no time. It's what it is.
Let's move on now to our own Two Baba at this point in time. Two Baba, Two-Face Idibia, well, does not want anyone to steal his wife, Annie Macaulay Idibia, from him. So Baba is definitely guiding the African queen jealously.
I mean, I should be. I
Close
believe
marking.
like, sometimes even as much as to Baba, I believe that it was just maybe just hyping or more or less um, putting the wife on the spotlight. It's something that comes off and on like that, and I think that they have a beautiful relationship, and which has also faced lots of criticism from different angles, both the mainstream
Yeah.
media, social media, and so on. So once in a while when you see your wife in the, you just wake up and see, okay, where are you going to? Why are you looking so pretty? So I think it can be fun to watch and see
I
sometimes.
like the way you put that. She looks so beautiful, and you're like, "Why are you so beautiful? Where are you going? Well, come and take a hug before you go, or
you
probably you
know
can." But then, I just want to put this out there, because you mentioned they've had their own fair share of ups and downs,
yeah.
and I remember the last time it usually comes around that September into October, and then they have a way of signing out the year, and then it becomes an idea all over. They sign out the last quarter of the year, but we just hope that with
They
this
seem to have oh, I don't know how do you know it's about September.
we in the grapevine. Come on, this thing is.
Wow.
And I keep a close tab on the DBS because Two-Face Dibia is one guy who I really know that he's done a great deal for the Nigerian industry, and I wish
True.
him very well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And let's get on to this next one. While still keeping it in Nigeria here, and that has to do with Omo Baba Olowo. That's David Adeleke, OBO. Well, feels like after putting the hard work in, it feels like if you work hard, you should also play hard, eat hard, spend hard also. What could he be spending his money on this time around after the Timeless album?
Yeah, so it's a necklace. I mean, David is, like you said, somebody who works really hard and balls really hard. As in, David knows how to spend his money, and interestingly, um, I mean, from people who are closer or who to the family, um, David is also, even as much as you see the whole of the flashy things here and there, David is very disciplined, even with money. He makes a lot of money, you understand? And he also has a family and a father who sort of guides even his financial um, attitude or the financial. I don't want to call it excesses, but you see, when Davido buys or splurges $1 million or a 1 million naira on something, just be assured that he has actually saved like 9 million somewhere else. So the dad is the family is very vested in how it's not like they're controlling his finances, but he has people around guiding and also um, showing him, or yeah, pretty much guiding him on how he spends or manages his finances. I think David is good. If you see him spend anything, like I said, he has put aside, or he has another investment going on the other side.
I would still like to keep a tab on the video at this time, but let's let the listener know they can be part of the grapevine this morning on 0809 444 0981. What's your reaction to any of the stories that we've so far taken or will be treating in the course of the grapevine? Sticking with Davido, it's interesting you say he's prudent in a way. I mean, I look at it spending that amount on a necklace doesn't come. I know it's not my money. I didn't work for it for with it along with him. But it's money. But I'm just saying, doesn't come across as prudent or wise to me.
Yeah, that's I mean that's for you, but don't forget that then in industry it's showbiz. That's how so sometimes he won't tell you that, oh, he had to let go of one other jury that he's had for 5 years, or do you understand?
Yes.
And he had to let go of that one or trade that one in to get this new one. Those information don't usually come out like that. But I want to believe that he's not throwing all his. I mean, he's not a kid. He has a family to take care of, you know, for himself as well, apart from the people that he's also responsible to. So I believe that, like I said, if David is spending $1 million on something right now, there's a stash of more that has been kept and invested in other businesses.
No,
So I
because
don't think that.
at this rate, you're buying yourself for something worth about 350 carats.
Mhm.
That's studded with diamonds. That's what we're told now. Why won't I, after this show, at the end of my shift,
Mm.
intend to probably trek down to for Davido. At least somebody is riding. Why wouldn't people even begin to ride bicycles or do something to get to him from Benway or wherever in that part of the world?
I mean, that's part of what it comes with the territory. Some people want attention. Some people don't forget. I want some guys back in the day. Did he walk or run or something for the past president of Nigeria?
Yes.
Do you understand? I mean, I don't even know if anybody noticed, if the president noticed him at the end of the day. But that's something David has been known for. David, if you do something that sort of gets attention, he wants to reward. He wants to dash you something. Do you understand? So it's been his move since day one. So I believe that he knows what he's doing. And then don't forget that the media has a way of making things look should I say shinier, or just sort of have a way of because I don't think David has come out to tell us how much he spent on that thing. I don't think he really does that a lot, but I mean, somebody somewhere somehow know how to just throw it out there, and then people will capitalize and tell us the prices and stuff. But like I said, sometimes you don't know what he had to let go of to replace with the new one that we are seeing now. But I think he's a smart guy, and he's making enough money to be able to splurge that much.
It seems you doubt the investigative power of Nigerians on Twitter. I'll give you let me give you an example of what happened in the course of the week.
Yeah.
So there was this former BBN Niger housemate who brought her business to Twitter and posted her. The picture showed her sitting, and then there was the arm of a guy, and said, "This guy has been making me happy."
Yeah.
The guy's hand had tattoo. It was let's just say in 24 hours, Nigerians went on Twitter, went round with that tattoo. They were able to trace and say, "This is the DJ you are dating currently."
I mean, yes, we get it. I mean, it's what it is. The truth is that for any picture or any part of the body that you see on Instagram, he was cut off from a full picture.
Oh my God.
So yes, definitely people will find out. People will, dig out wherever that full or that information is. But I mean, in Davido's situation, I just maintain that, like I said, I know, like from the behind the scenes, I know that he has a grounded family setting. Who know that there's a family wealth that must be kept. That must be there, that must continue growing. Yes, generation. Do you understand? So, but he's even making a lot of money. That's the truth. He's making a lot of money from concerts, from the record, from the catalog of hits that he has. He's making so much money in dollars for that matter. So, I mean, somebody who has $1 million, if he decides to say, okay, I want to put $300,000 on jewelry, it is money. He can do whatever he wants.
Okay, I know, but then that's why it's unavailable presently. But let's get into this message from Daniel Olotu. Daniel Olotu comes in with a message reacting to Davido's splurging on the jewelry. Apart from the luxury cars that depreciate, Davido spends money on real diamonds and gold, etc. Is actually an investment, confirming what you mentioned about him now, that it's more like a deliberate investment.
Some people convert their money to gold and just keep it somewhere, and that's it.
That brings us, do we have a minute to do this? Okay, we go quickly, we pause here. It is still the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. You can be part of the conversation if you send in messages to 0809 444 0981, but that will be after this time out.
Davido.
My body's I think he's a giver. That's a good thing about him.
Absolutely. There's no fault in this.
He gives. So.
So it's easy for his stories to come out in public, I don't think Davido spends as much as Burna Boy. I don't think he spends as much as Burna Boy.
But why don't we get to see more of this?
Yes, because Burna Boy has a tight circle. You don't really who will tell you about Burna Boy? Yeah,
that guy has done a great deal to keep that tech cycle tight.
Yeah, Burna Boy has. I mean, most of the people that is closer or that are around him are actually more of close family.
That's not nice.
You understand? Close family. So he has his friends. Not like he doesn't have his friends, but close family.
So it will be like the day I think maybe it comes out like, if this thing leaks, I know that one person is leaving the circle. You would leave, and you don't want to leave that circle, so you better keep it secret.
So that's one person. I don't. So, but Burna Boy, I mean, if you look at Instagram today, you see a lot of videos that are coming out of his fancy cars that he's, when he's cruising around and stuff. he's losing a lot of money too, but it's not as loud or he's not telling everybody. People don't know the story as much, But
We're back.
okay.
We're smooth 98.1 FM. You're back. It's the Grapevine, and it's gone 29 minutes before we hit the 9 o'clock mark. And Silas is still
Yeah,
great one.
absolutely.
So let's get into this next bit of a gist coming into the Grapevine this morning, and it says that I started working, not me now, I started working at an early age to support my family. That's according to actress Ronke Ojo, Nollywood actress, saying that. So this strange. Most persons usually work very hard. This story doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary coming from stars like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people have their unique stories as well. People have gone through a lot, and I think I've read her story or pretty much heard her talk about it before. And I mean, but sometimes they have to tell the stories too because it also inspires and just motivates people to keep doing what they gotta do. I mean, Ronke Joe is one actor that you cannot, or one of the respected, or one of the people who have also done well for themselves. So this the one we call Ronke Oshodieke. I think that's another name that she's known for. So and that's in an interview with today. And I really like what she has been doing, both in the past and recently, where he's actually giving us interviews where people are or celebrities are talking and sharing real life experiences, just to inspire or motivate people.
No, but what I find recently with Chude is that he's been, like you said, it's been deliberate about his choice of interviews. But this next set of the series of interviews that have been coming back to back seem more like beaming the searchlight on entertainers,
Yes.
actors, and remember last week, the week before, we were talking about Benjamin, a surgeon to the US, and how it ended in a way so quickly before it could even take off,
Yes.
and then he had to pull himself by the straps. And then speaking about it now, today we are having Ronke Ojo talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, today's interviews, I see them as they're always like, you go to see a therapist, who just sort of guides you through. Sometimes I feel like he guides you to what he wants to hear or what he wants the interview to, be like, which is also expected. But I like the fact that when he pulls out that story from the celebrities or the people or his guests, there's always something to, pretty much pick from the conversation.
Yeah. And she even alluded to the fact that before she went into acting, she used to work in Tinkan Island, and then the father had problems, and so definitely that you have to step in to do something at this stage. If the main breadwinner isn't coming in, that's a major lesson going out there, speaking from the story.
Absolutely. And then if you follow her on Instagram or social media, you see that she's every other time. In fact, she's somebody that if you go to her page, you will sort of see her life as well. You see the real her as well, talking about real life, her children, her kids, the things that they're doing, their education challenges, and and the likes. So yeah, like I said, it's to motivate, inspire, I believe.
And the struggles of firstborns are usually it's not always a pleasant one.
I mean,
because
exactly. She is, yes. And it's both for even whether a male firstborn or a female firstborn. There's a lot of responsibility on you as the first child.
You become father and mother at a very early age.
Yes, especially when your family or when you don't come from a well-to-do home. It has challenges and the advantages as well. So it's what it is.
It is what it is, Jim Silas. Let's get into this next one as we drift outside the shores of Nigeria to go to this couple. You see, first, this is more like what you call the caveat now.
Yeah.
Mind the kind of compliments you pay, and you have to ask, should I pay you? Maybe you should ask if your man will be cool with me passing a compliment before you pass a compliment these days. Now, I'm just saying this to prepare the floor for this story. in July, we woke up to this story that Kiki Palmer, Usher Raymond went
Was serenaded her.
deviated from a show he was supposed to be performing, and he has been into this business of serenading other people's women. I didn't say take them home, but he would just pause and then give them all the attention and make them look like their man has never been doing anything so synonymous or important for them. Now, so Kiki Palmer here is just throwing shade back at the partner now,
Yeah,
because as a result of that
that's
video that came out now.
Mhm.
So take us through that story.
Yeah. I mean, so it was, I think, yeah, July, I believe, Usher's concert, and then Kiki went there with her friends and stuff. So I think the drama started with what she was wearing. I mean, she was wearing this see-through outfit, and and so while Usher was performing, Usher actually went to her table, to her circle to sing to her and everything. And but even before that, well, I think maybe from that photograph that went out on social media, the husband had now um, tweeted and said something like, "Is the dress for me or something?
Yeah.
The outfit for me?" And you're a
Well,
mom.
I saw the video on his behalf, but then in the defense, the way the liberated woman would say now is, so what am I wearing? What is there?
So I'm actually thinking that the boyfriend didn't mean any harm.
Mm.
I just felt like he posted it to say, "Oh, like
Oh, I like
you look at what you're wearing,"
Yeah.
in a fun way. Even though people on Twitter, Twitter is not a place where you can just don't play around. You are saying A, make sure you say A,
Say A.
make it clear that you're saying A. But if you leave anything cryptic, people are going to um turn it out on you. So, but I believe that he was not really criticizing in terms of like, why are you looking like this. He was pretty much just saying, "Oh my days, is the outfit for me." Like, I can see, like, you're a mom, or like, you can look your wife, you can say, "What is wrong?
It
are
left
you
nothing to imagination. I
understand?
mean, when she spinned around and we saw it, so
Exactly." So it was just funny that so when the boyfriend tweeted that, that sort of caused a lot of attention on social media and stuff. Then recently, what had now happened is that um, Usher released a new song. It was, I think, 17th yesterday.
August, yeah, that's August on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah, yesterday. And the video girl, or more or less the
Vixen.
cameo, was
Yeah.
Kiki. Kiki was miming the song. In fact, Kiki actually opened the song dressed like Usher, and it kept going back. It was a really, I mean, people need to go to check it out. It's what's the title of the song again, please? Can you help me with that?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Yes.
Yes. So so Kiki opened the song literally.
Yeah.
Usher's video, but it was Kiki that started it, and then also dancing and making moves like Usher. And then later, the video shows, like, let me not tell you everything. You check it out on YouTube. But finally, at the tail end of it, Kiki was sleeping and then got a call, and it didn't show us who it was at first, and then maybe something, she was supposed to be somewhere else, and then she goes, "Oh, like I came late, or I was late. I couldn't make the event or the outing. I'm a mom, That statement is actually, I think, did she say I'm a mom, Say, but that statement really was just off that whole controversy that happened back in July. So bringing it back now was just really funny. She turned everything to her, it became fun, turned it to her advantage, it was just nice to watch and hear her say that. So it was really funny for people who follow the story. You just connect and just catch the point, in that particular statement.
Look, Usher is taking this too far. That's what I would say. It's, you pay a compliment to a man's lady. The next thing, you are following it up with a video,
a song. So
song.
the funny thing said, if you're looking for your girlfriend or something,
and you say I should not be worried.
No, so this is the funny thing. Say you're looking for your girlfriend. Although if you're looking for me, if you're looking for me, that you find, maybe like, find me where your girlfriend is, something like that. Like, if you're looking for me, find me where your girlfriend. I think that's, or find me where your boyfriend. So just something like that. But it's just funny. I think it's all fun. They all know what they're doing.
So you see why Chubaba came out protecting his, you see why Tuba is protecting his territory, marking it very well. You will not say you didn't see the territory, marking it properly.
And can we say shout out to Usher? Usher is 44, and if you've seen that video, Usher looked like, from how many years ago? So
probably
shout out to him.
Darius Jackson didn't do his job probably, and someone is going to take his woman home. I don't know.
That's not possible. Not gonna happen.
Okay. Xavier sent in a message from Bagada saying, "Hi guys, when guys tell their ladies they won't let them get close to some guys, it gets why. They like don't let Usher come too close. Don't even come too close. Stay far." He also mentioned Neo, Trey Songs. They can spin your woman and take her home in a blink of an eye.
Just add Alke to that list?
Oh, back in the days, but right now, Kiki's man will be fine. Last, that's what Xavier says there. And then Tayo comes in with this one. James, where is the other man? He's gone to wash the car. That's what he said. He sent
washing my car.
Your radio have Oris. Continues the Kiki Palmer debate as she's the vixen in Usher's video called Boyfriend with this kind of title. It is well. That's all he has to say to it. And that takes us to Mercy Johnson to sue firm over alleged breach of intellectual property. Mercy Johnson doesn't just come into the news. She's not that type of person, but when she does, it must be serious.
So she was a brand ambassador for a makeup line, and the contract or the deal ended last year, October.
Yes.
But the said brand is still using her image and whatever they've shot before to for their campaign or promotion. And she's out here to say they need to stop, that she's no longer a brand ambassador, and they need to stop using her image or likeness for their promotions. So what in this situation, I think what needs to happen is they need to go back to the contract that was signed earlier. Sometimes you have to look at it. Did you miss out anything? Was there any part where that says even if you have finished after your contract that they have the right to continue the image or whatever? But I think she has her lawyers on the situation, and I think they'll come to maybe a balance or to a meeting point at the end of the day. But if they don't have any rights, then and they continue after this warning, then they might have to take the case to court.
And let's hope they find a meeting point so that they don't end up in court. And then
the least you can do, or the simplest thing you can do is either redo the contract, continue the contract or whatever, but not to continue if the initial contract did not state. Yes.
That brings us to our final story this morning, James Silas. And this one, stand-up comedy is tougher than skit making. See, this guy who made this comment has come up as different character. That it would first be Sinzu, it would be Spending. This guy, so that's just to give you a hint of the skit making I'm talking about for him. That's talking about Lasisi Elenu stating it. It's not easy.
Yes, so I can totally relate to what he has said here. So interestingly, when I always believe that when you're in the entertainment industry, you can change or do anything. So I've an opportunity, or I've had situations where I've been involved in creating skits or being a part of a skit, and they're supposed to be funny. But truth is, if I stand in front of a crowd to tell jokes, they will throw and stone me out of that. So it's not particularly easy.
Yeah.
You see, you can act something, when you don't have people watching, and you can act something that can, when you watch it, people turn out to be funny, but then you now come on stage to tell a joke. It's not even so. It's way different. And some people can do these funny skits, but cannot stand up to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
It's a different ballgame entirely. So, I've seen situations where some people have assumed because you do skits and people think that you're a funny guy in your skits, and then they came on stage to try to be funny, and it wasn't even funny. Like, yo, what are you doing? So, but yes, it's what it is. I believe I agree and totally understand and relate to what he's saying, and that's coming from somebody who a lot of us consider as funny. But hey, I think I've also seen him on stage. Not bad at all, but you cannot compare
the skits
to him being on stage. And even when you talk about people who do proper stand-up comedy, you don't see a lot of basket mouths say skits trying to be funny. No. Not all of them can really do it, even though he can. But I don't think that's his thing. I've never seen Alibaba. I don't know, maybe I've seen Alibaba one time with the guy called Woli. Woli is something. I think, yeah, but not really. You don't see him as much. It's not the same thing.
All right, that's about the size of the grapevine this morning on Smooth 98.1 FM. But not before we take in some messages here. Xavier comes in from Bagada. Some of these brands need to shut down. What were the terms of the contract? Hasn't haven't their money served its purpose? They love our woof a great deal. I concur on a popular podcast that two OAPs on it. Stand-up comedy is scary. You can make people spill their drinks in laughter while on the stage, you meant to say, or make yourself look like a fool on stage.
Yes.
Jim said it. Massive shout out to the OGs of the comedy. All the newbies shouldn't pass their boundary. Sayo would come in quickly with this one just in time. Between a skit and a cracking joke, which one pays more? In 2 seconds.
Oh, I really can't, it depends on the people involved, but I can tell you for free that maybe stand-up comedy can pay more in the short time because
Yes.
that one right there and there you get some money even before you get on stage. But for the other one, you just hope that your skit is funny and then pay out at the end of the day.
All right, so like they say, everyone can dance very well when they are sitting, but when we